I want to show you guys something. Follow me. Come here. What we're going to look at today is the holy grail of minis, right? I think that term's overused, but this one really is. Check this out. I brought my John Parnell book because I want to show you something. Check this out. The big reveal, right? This is a real numbers matching, genuine 1967 Austin Mini Cooper S. Come here. This is it. For me, this checks all the boxes, all right? This is special, and I'm gonna show you guys something. This is the real deal. Come look at this motor. We're gonna put some cameras on this thing for you, and we're gonna take you for a ride, but I want you to see a real 67 Cooper S. Everyone thinks there's tons of them, but there isn't. So in this book is, I marked the page, check it out. Okay, so in 1967, the 1275 Mark I Cooper S, Austin Home means right-hand drive. Austin Export means left-hand drive. In 67, there was 636 left-hand drive Austin Mini Cooper S's made, all right? There weren't millions of them, all right? Also, check this out. Out of those, the Old English white with black roof and the tartan red with gold brocade interior, that's the seats. The liners were gold brocade. And it had Cherokee red floor mats. Wait until you see this. It's gonna blow your mind. Okay, you guys, I wanna show you this. These are the steering column drops that we sell at our website, jetmotorsmini.com. What we did was we made these look retro. We didn't want it to look aftermarket. We wanted it to look sort of like that was factory. That's the way they intended it. But what you can do is just loosen up this nut and you can put it in the stock position all the way to the top, or you can drop it down, and I've got this one right about in the middle, and man, this is comfortable. Look at how I sit in this thing. And if you were taller, you can actually slide the seat back, and well, I can't even reach the pedal, but anyway, this is where I like it. This is a really comfortable driving position, all thanks to that steering column drop and these seat brackets. So check it out at jetmotorsmini.com. I love this Modelita leather wrapped, dished, polished steering wheel. It's just so sexy and it feels good in your hands. I love this thing. It's got the Patty Hopkirk throttle pedal, the steering column drop, the jet seat brackets, and well, I don't think this came from the factory, but we did install a power outlet, 12 volt cigarette lighter, so you can power your GPS or cell phone. But a lot of people ask me, what the heck is this? This is the washer. This is the pump for the washers. And all that is it's a squirt gun. It's just a squirt gun. You pump this thing and it squirts water on your windshield. That's all it is. I want you to see this really cool tachometer. This tachometer is a genuine Smith's. It was positive ground. We converted it to negative ground, and we converted it to electronic ignition. It's not an impulse tach anymore, which is the wackiest tachometer I've ever seen. If you've ever wired an impulse tach, it's goofy. It triggers off of the ignition. You got to run it through the positive. It's stupid. I can't stand them. But anyway, we converted it. It's all normal, negative ground with electronic ignition, one wire. So I think that's really cool. The 120 mile an hour speedometer with the pointed bezels, that's a Cooper S only thing. If your speedo doesn't go up to, well, 130 technically, but it says 120, that is a real Cooper S speedo, and it's not rounded. The bezel is pointed. So that's another real indicator of a real S. So let's put some cameras on this and go for a ride. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Holy Grail dream car. This is a real 1967 Cooper S with all the bells and whistles and just about perfect. I know I say that a lot, but this car really is. This thing belongs to our good friend Tom in California. Thank you, Tom. He kind of gave me carte blanche and let me do what I felt necessary. And what I felt necessary was to put a set of Newton Commercial red and gold brocade Suffolk GT recliners in this thing. And these have to be the most comfortable seats in a Classic Mini I think I've ever sat in. And this gold brocade, I just love it. It's beautiful. I wanted to say perfect again, but it is. It's just oh, I love this car. Wish I could afford one. This is a real 67 Cooper S, and let me tell you, folks, they ain't cheap. Not anymore. I keep telling people we're on what I call the air-cooled Porsche bubble. It used to be you could get an air-cooled Porsche for, well, reasonable, but those days are long gone. So, welcome to the world of the Cooper S. And this car does everything right. It's very comfortable. The steering wheel position, the seating position, it's just perfect. I just can't get over this car. Oh, man. So, this car was actually built by our friend Al Beebe up in Seattle. And I think Al was probably the second owner. I might be wrong, but I think he was the second owner. I think he acquired it in the 70s, and he's owned it since then. And we were fortunate enough to get our hands on it, and we sent it to our friend Jeff Mosing at Mosing Motor Cars in Austin, Texas. And our friend Tom bought it from Jeff in Austin, Texas. So, I forgot one more. Jeff got this car from Monty Shelton in Portland, Oregon. So, that's kind of the whole history of this car. Al Beebe, Monty Shelton. Wait, I think there was one more. Al Beebe, Raul, Monty Shelton, Jeff Mosing, and now Tom. And Tom, you better never sell this car. If you do, you got to call me first, because I love this thing. I heard something clunk around. I hope that was just something in the boot. I'm gonna go take a look. Let's see what that was, and then I'll give you a good ride. Well, it wasn't anything in the boot. It was the European front license plate holder. One of the screws fell out. Guess I forgot to tighten it. Well, shit happens. Okay. You guys ready to go for a good ride now? I'll squeeze it a little bit. Pretend I'm living in the 60s. Maybe I'm Steve McQueen. Yeah! Oh, this is a good one. Man, I tell you what. The reason I'm so happy is because I get to drive minis every day. It's got to be the cars. This thing's awesome. Makes all the right noises. Handles like a dream. It's got the genuine hydroelastic suspension in it. And we pumped it up. We have what's called the dancing robot, which is the genuine BMC Works hydro tool. And we evacuated the system. and we filled it up with hydroelastic displacer fluid up to about 320 psi. But look at this thing. Handles awesome. A lot of people complain about hydro cars, saying that they feel like driving a marshmallow. Well, when they're set up properly and done right, nothing better. Wow. This is a wonderful car. Yeah! Man, I love minis. This one just does it for me. I'll tell you what. I'm in love. This is I love this car. I say that about all of them. It's like your kids. Which one do you love the most? Well, you know who you are. All right. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A ride along in what I would call the holy grail of the classic Mini Cooper. A genuine numbers matching, original, authentic, perfect driving car. This is it. See you on the next one. Bye.